Hi guys, I'm Ashley Green and I'm here with my grandma Rifa.
Hi, my name is Rifa Lewin.
And today I thought that I would discuss and share with you guys the story about how we took control of her health, eliminated her high cholesterol,
Yes,
shrunk a tumor,
yes,
lost weight.
last week. And it's not difficult.
It's not difficult.
It is just discipline. You have to be just be disciplined.
Right.
So in pre-COVID, I usually at the end of the year, 2019, I usually do my evaluation of myself. So I was doing my breast checks and I was going to do different things that would cause my new year, 2020, to be a little different. So I did my first examination and I observed there was a lump. So I went to the doctor and he ordered mammogram. When we got the mammogram back, it showed that there definitely was a lump. So self breast examination is very, very important because we can detect things the doctor will take 6 months or a year to determine. So I went back and he did a sonogram, which he concluded that there definitely was a tumor.
I had no idea about any lump, no idea about any mammogram, nothing like that. But I remember getting this sensing that something was off. And this is probably the first time something like that has ever happened to me. And I called my mom and I said, Mommy, something is wrong with grandma. And my mom said to me, she's at the doctor's office right now. I'm gonna call you back later.
So we did the biopsy and the biopsy proved that it was indeed cancerous.
So they called me back later and they let me know that they think that they found breast cancer, a tumor. And she literally just left the doctor's office. And what did I say to you, Grandma?
Grandma, would you do what I asked you to do to the letter? And I said, in my reefer self, I said, yes, what do I have to lose? And so I cold turkey started to do what I would call my journey.
Prior to putting her on this diet, I actually prayed to God and I asked God, I said, God, show me what she's supposed to eat. I said to her, listen to me very, very carefully. I said, this is what we're gonna do. And I told her, no meat, no dairy,
no bread,
no
which
bread.
is my absolute favorite of all things.
No processed foods, really. She loves Jamaican patty too. No patty, no oxtail, no curry goat. And the thought that came in my mind was cabbage. So I had her on cabbage juice, cabbage rolls, with other veggies and fruits, of course, but the focus of her diet was lots and lots of cruciferous vegetables. When she did go back to the doctor and he was palpating or feeling the breast tissue in front of his students, like demonstrating, what a cancer tumor would feel like to his students, and they couldn't find it. And of course the doctor felt a little embarrassed in front of his students because it shrunk. He couldn't find it. Upon doing further research, I discovered that cabbage is a cruciferous vegetable, which means that it has a sulfurous anti-cancer compound, which is possibly responsible for the shrinking of that tumor, as well as lots of prayer. This wasn't just a dietary change. She's plugged in spiritually as well. She plugged into God and did a whole lot of prayer as well.
The tumor, which was 1.8 centimeters, had shrunken to the size of my pinky fingernail, which is almost, we weren't able to palpate. I told God that if there's something there, no matter how minute, once it can be detected, I'm going to remove it. Because once you're diagnosed with cancer, it is something that stays with you at all times. But it's a thing that really boggles your mind. And I just want to add something here that was very important. That I have 9 grandchildren and they all participated. I had to tell each one individually, and that's very important to me. I told each one individually, including my 2 children, and we all decided that we were going to pray.
I'm a holistic health coach and a med student, and I love to balance the best of both worlds. So I was collaborating with her doctor, and I would go to her appointment, we would speak, and he suggested to remove what was left of the tumor. So we surgically removed it, kept her on the diet as well, and then he said to her, you're gonna have to lose some weight as well. So while cancer is a big scary disease, there's so much other diseases that come way before that. My grandma had high cholesterol for years. She had hypertension for years as well, and her blood sugar was up and down. She was never diabetic, right? Borderline diabetic, so she's pre-diabetic. She started losing more weight with the lifestyle change and the diet, but her cholesterol was very, very stubborn. So we dug in more, and we started to remove plant-based foods that are high in saturated fats that contribute to the body making its own cholesterol. So we removed coconut milk. It was really hard. Coconuts, really hard, very difficult. We changed her oil as well. I remember we went to the grocery store and I said to her, Grandma, this is the oil you need to use. I said it's an olive oil in a glass bottle, and it has to be dark. It has to be a dark, so you know it's high quality, cold pressed olive oil. Read the container. And I remember we had vegetable oil. It was almost done, and that was the last. We fried some plantain with the last of the vegetable oil, and there's no more. I looked downstairs. I visited recently. I looked downstairs. There's no more vegetable oil in the house. Coconut oil is healthy as well, but not if you have the propensity towards high cholesterol.
We changed pretty much everything. There was
water
always
bottles,
the water bottles were changed. The water could not be in plastic bottles, so we did not buy bottles of water like everybody does. We have a picture with the purifier. Pure is the one we use. We
used to have stacks and stacks of water bottles in the house. The plastic water bottles. And so plastic bottles leach a substance called BPA, which is an endocrine disruptor. And not just BPA. BPA is just the most researched one. There's more types of these xenoestrogens found in plastic bottles, but BPA is just the most researched one. So we removed the plastic bottles from her house, and now she has this one BPA free pitcher that she refills, and it filters out her water, because breast cancer is linked to excess estrogen in the body. We also did genetic testing to find out if I could have the gene and if my mom could have the gene. And funny enough, the doctor did not find the gene that is responsible for breast cancer, right? He didn't find it. So this means that this was an environmental factor. Obviously aging as well, because aging is one of the highest risks of cancer. But we just wanted to look at it from all angles, which means that we had to take control of her environment. And we took control of her environment, and that tumor shrunk.
And in addition to this diet, I have to really and truly thank Ashley, because I could not do it without her guidance. And I promised myself, and I promised God, whatever she told me to do, I was going to just give me the strength to do it. So proud of you, Ash.
So proud of you. Okay, guys, so see you. Bye.
Bye-bye. And in addition to this diet, I have to really and truly thank Ashley, because I could not do it without her guidance. And I promised myself and I promised God, whatever she told me to do, I was going to just give me the strength to do it.